Softball meant the world to me. Something that was always an escape from stuff going on at home. So it was just that one constant in my life that was always there. I love this picture of us in the pool with Mom and Poppy. Yep.
For Katie Cosmos, family and softball have always been a big part of her world.
Softball really meant a lot to me growing up. I remember, from the time that I could walk, my Poppy taking me outside and teaching me how to play wiffle ball. And then as I grew up, softball is where I made all my friends.
Looking to combine softball with a career in nursing, Katie chose Elms College and was set to make an immediate impact on the program her freshman year.
She has one of the best gloves I've ever seen. She hits the ball very hard. She's just one of those athletes that any coach wants on their team.
But on a spring training trip to Florida her freshman year, her collegiate career would be put on hold.
I was playing short at the time. A fly ball got hit between me and the pitcher, and I went running in. I went to stop. I felt the pop, and I went down, and I had no idea what it was. I went to get up, and I was like, I can't stand on my leg.
Katie tore her right ACL and would miss the entire season. This injury added to the hardship she was already facing at home.
My mom was always a very loving person. Although she didn't always understand the sports aspect of everything, she was always supportive of it. She always made sure that I was the first one to the field and the last one to leave.
It was one day in December where Katie's mom's health took a sudden turn for the worse.
I went home one day and she was lying in bed. She wasn't feeling well, and she started to display symptoms of a stroke.
She couldn't move. And I came home, we got her into the hospital, and she slowly digressed into dementia.
You could tell at that point, it had affected her mind. She wasn't completely there all the time. So it was hard to communicate as well. But just immediately too, my dad ended up quitting his job to be a full-time caregiver for her because we just didn't have anybody else to do it.
I quit work that day, December 17, 2021.
It was definitely hard because, you go from being a perfectly abled person to couldn't walk by herself, couldn't eat by herself, couldn't go to the bathroom by herself. So it was we have to help her with everything.
While adjusting to this new life at home, Katie had rehabbed her knee and made tremendous strides on the softball field.
She never let it show that it affected her. She just kept on going and didn't make any excuses for herself.
And by the time her junior year rolled around, her softball career took fire.
She was a feared hitter offensively. She would come up to the plate, you would see the defense shifting.
Katie was first team all-conference, but her strong season had a nightmare ending.
I just felt the pop and I went down and it was just immediate. I knew what happened. I can't do this again. Those were the first words that came out of my mouth. And Brie was like, you absolutely can.
That was when we came together as a team. You could tell in that moment, everyone just wanted to be there for her and nothing else mattered.
And in September 2024, while rehabbing her second ACL tear, Katie received a devastating call from her father.
I knew something was wrong. My heart just sunk. And he was crying and he said, Mom, and I hung the phone up and I ran down to Brie's office and she ended up calling Coach Nicole to bring me home.
Katie's mom, Jackie Cosmos, passed away at the age of 57.
My mom was one of those people that always said, treat others the way that you want to be treated. And I think that I really took those qualities away from her. She was always kind to people no matter what the circumstance.
She was sensitive, compassionate, just a good person.
While dealing with the loss of her mother, Katie was also grieving the passing of two of her grandparents, including her beloved Poppy. but she still relentlessly rehabbed her knee, hoping to return for the end of her senior season.
I was so nervous, and I was like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could do this. And then I ended up going in there and I killed it.
Just her having that fire and that determination, you could tell she's coming back.
When she got her first hit, I ran out of the dugout. I was so excited. I think everybody kind of knew how important it was that she was back.
Everyone felt it because everyone truly looks up to her, like as a captain, as a role model. But it was just a very proud moment.
Katie hit .361 with 9 RBIs in the remaining 12 games of her season, all while graduating with a 3.99 GPA.
I think just like her confidence and her drive to, be there for other people and knowing that over everything that she's been through, that she always has been positive.
And now Katie is set to begin a job as an operating room nurse at Connecticut Children's Medical Center.
I have the utmost confidence in her that she's going to be a phenomenal nurse. She's just an inspiration to everybody of, I don't care what you throw at me, I'm going to do it.
She didn't let what was happening to her define who she was, and she showed up every day, and she was always still the same person despite going through everything.
There's times where it got dark, like, what do I do with myself? But if it wasn't for my friends and family, I would not be in the place that I am now.
She never slipped from 100% ever. She had every reason to slip below that 100%, and she never let herself do that.
I really don't know how she did it, but she did. She did. And I'm proud of her for it.